So as I'm sure you guys know, Trump received 5 deferments, I believe it was, from the Vietnam War, and he criticized John McCain, saying that he's not a hero because he was captured and he likes soldiers who weren't captured, but he was too much of a bitch pussy to go fight. And John McCain has kind of thrown a jab at him without mentioning his name, but also it is something else. Not only is this like a really sick burn, but also it is something that I'd like to talk about and kind of discuss here. But here's what NBC says. They say Senator John McCain seemed to hit Donald Trump during an interview about the Vietnam War on Sunday, criticizing Americans from, quote, the highest income level who were able to obtain draft deferments for ailments like a, quote, bone spur. So interesting, you know, John McCain going after rich people, basically. Says Trump received a draft deferment in 1968 for bone spurs in his heels. So if you guys don't know, he received, I think, multiple deferments, a bunch for education and other ones for his bone spurs. And in an interview, I don't remember what year it was, I think it was recently, a couple years ago, just, you know, the interviewer was like, hey, like, well, which foot did you have bone spurs in? And he's like, he couldn't remember, because it's total bogus. You didn't have bone spurs, you just had your doctor write some shit up, and that's what it is. But here's McCain's direct quote. It says, quote, one aspect of the conflict, by the way, that I will never ever countenance is that we drafted the lowest income level of America, and the highest income level found a doctor that would say that they had a bone spur. So, and he says that is wrong. That is wrong. If we're going to ask every American to serve, every American should serve. So, yeah, this not only is, you know, his example of Trump very true, but it is a very good point in terms of the Vietnam War, you know, drafts in general when it comes to that. In any case, it doesn't matter how you set up a draft. If you have things like deferments and, you know, excusing people from the draft if they have certain physical conditions or injuries or whatever, things like that, there's always going to be a huge disparity, right? Because rich people will be able to have access to private doctors. So not only does it make it so that they're more frequented with that doctor, they have more contact with that doctor, etc., etc., but also that they can just have shit made for them. I mean, that's really what it is. And I'm glad John McCain said this was a pretty good move a very good move in my opinion. I wish that he had named Trump specifically, but still, you know, it was pretty good. Support independent progressive media by leaving a subscription down below, leave a like and share the video. Help us out on Patreon, or you can donate in other ways. Links are in the description down below. We are fighting Trump tooth and nail, and we will continue to do so with your help.